What is going on, everyone? Commodore last here, bringing to you guys my reaction / review of Jujutsu Kaisen manga chapter 218. Now, the chapter is out over on TCB. We are back from break. We are here to sit down and read the latest installment of Akutami Gege's masterpiece. And it's been a long 2 weeks, man. It feels like it has been almost another eternity since we've last read the last chapter. I mean, I've had 2 sessions with Father Kotomine, the therapy session, all that. I never seen a man knee slide so much knowing that he's about to get a bag from me just because from the pain that I had to go through. The last 217 chapters with Gege, man. I've been talking about this guy. I'm like, yo, listen, man, I need your help. I need you to just ease my mind for once, bro. I'm trying to stop the great Abunai, and he's like, Soda Snake the whole time. I'm like, bro, I don't need a Soda Snake. Tell me, how do I get away from the Yabai? So like, man, we suffering out here, regardless of that. Regardless of the money goes somewhere, we try to alleviate somehow, some way. Especially with this upcoming chapter, man. Because, bro, the last time we ended last chapter, I know we had the stuff with Yorozu and Sukuna going on, the whole, the marriage thing and all that. And I know people getting rattled because of the fact they're in the Megumi Sumiki host and stuff. And it's like, bro, listen, there's another pairing we could easily talk about right now that the community tried to hype up at one point in time regarding Megumi and a certain other Fujiko member. But if I speak, I will be in very big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble. So we are focusing on the Sukuna and Yorozu part because the two of them still going at it with the fight right now. Sukuna does not want to utilize his own techniques to eliminate Yorozu / Sumiki because he wants to make sure that deep within the cellars of hell inside himself right now, Megumi knows that when the moment happens and Sumiki is gone, he's finished. And right now, if there's a technique to do that we know he can't control, it's Mahoraga. My greatest fear, though, and even though it could be a good thing for Megumi, depending on how the situation goes, but if Maharaga's under control, and to pass on to Megumi somehow, some way, if he were to survive this, it's a mega W without having to do much legwork. However, if that is not going to be the case, Sumiki's finished. It just is only one way it can go. But the only way I'm going to know how things are going to transpire in this chapter is by reading it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go, man. Here we go. Chapter 218, Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways. Anyways. Yorozu was distressed. Her construction technique was far less efficient at utilizing curse energy than other techniques. Heian. No, bro, don't you dare tease me like that. I swear, if I get one page, I'm boxing you. I don't even care if you got your break. That other eye has to go. Heian era Yorozu is lost in her thoughts. I mean, she's got the scrolls on and everything. I mean, I see more scrolls than I do clothing, but we here, though, regardless. In terms of pure curse energy capacity and outputs, Yorozu was in no way inferior to the strongest sorcerers of the Heian era. So, top of the line monster right there from that time. However, her rate of curse energy consumption had put her in more than a couple difficult predicaments. I mean, the other thing too, because I don't know if I mentioned it last chapter. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but it was only like after the fact because some people brought it up. Is how similar, if not an exact, to what Mai had before, because she had like a construction thing. The only thing was it had like its own limitations. So this is without the nerfs, essentially what Yorozu has now. The thing is, though, I don't know if it's an inherited technique, what Mai had, because if it's the case, I know some people were saying that it may allude to Yorozu might potentially being a Zenin as well in some capacity, which I don't know if that's going to confirm or not, but I think we have to see whether or not it's an inherited technique or something that's like an innate. But anyways, still can't believe that's we're starting the first page off like that. Okay. And we're still seeing the butterflies, which I know was a significant part of their character. One day a rumor fell upon her ears. She heard of butterflies with the ability to fly across the sea. and hornets that could fly over 25 li, which is at least kilometers, yeah, in a single day. Yorozu started to see a hint of solution in the energy efficiency of insects. Oh god. Oh god. But her epiphany didn't stop just there. Insects are able to lift objects several hundred times their weight, and exhibits jaw strength, jumping power, and speed that should be inconceivable with their small size. And I'm praying that's a scorpion, because I will be rattled if it ain't. And it's not, because now I see the final product, which we saw last chapter at the end, before this man had the ring of death lying over his head. This is okay. It's a very, very small detail, and something you could easily like not notice when you're reading the first time. I like this thing here where you see the text box and stuff, and then you see the monstrosity that Yorozu has become is like covering like parts of the text box, and like the text box kind of like just popping out from it. I don't know if it's something that's just because of the translation thing there, but that's kind of cool though. It's almost like they're like coming right at you at like real life and stuff through the box. She was convinced. She almost scared the hell out of me right there. She was convinced, moreover, once constructed, that insect armor was the pinnacle of construction technique. As long as cursed energy flowed throughout it, or through it, the liquid metal she freely controlled could cover for her in mid-range combat. That is one scary freaking demon insect kebab, bro. This combat style allowed Yorozu to turn the tables on the Gokusho, the 5 Void Generals. A subjugation unit under the direct command of the Toshi. How about I'm going to say the To, like similar to what Uro and stuff was a part of it. I think it's a completely separate thing. That could stand shoulder to shoulder with the Celestial Squad. Oh, it is! Oh, it is about to... Oh, because you know what it is? Because I remember they went from a different thing. They switched... Yeah, because the Toshi... Oh, yeah. That's on me. Because I keep remember they switch up in the name and stuff. So, hold on. Let me read this again. This combat style allowed Yorozu to turn the tables on the Gokusho, the 5 Void Generals, which is absolutely crazy kind of name you're going with it. A subjugation unit under the direct command of the Toshi that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the Celestial Squad. Oh, okay, so that's a separate unit to the one that is led by Uro. So that's like one. So they're kind of like neck and neck, essentially. A respected feat that permitted her entrance into the Fujiwara clan. And it says the abbreviated form of the Fujiwara clan. So I'm pretty sure we're the Toji. Yeah, so that's the abbreviated name. Because I keep forgetting they always do that stuff there. So, okay, fair enough. So there is more of a connection now. And then it makes me wonder the whole thing with Uro. Because I did talk about, like... yeah, that's going to come in due time and stuff. But I definitely talked about that more in the Culling game script and stuff. Okay, and we're back to the present day. And right away, Yorozu going straight after Sukuna. But I still see that ring, man. I still see the little circles, the light, whatever. And he just catches one bomb. And he gets punched. And you see like the little zigzag loop around and stuff right there from Yorozu. Boom, boom. And is he trying to hold on to the ring? No, okay. The Divine Dog's coming out. I don't know if it's from the capes. Which, by the way, I love that detail from last chapter too. Where like when he was actually summoning the Divine Dogs and stuff, right? It was coming at you right through his cape. So it was like merged out of it. Which is so dope. You see the dog coming out. You see the look after from Yorozu. They're both on the stance off, like trying to get their balance together. And right away, a big boot to the midsection. Did she actually catch Sukuna with that? It looks like he did. Yeah, he got caught. Even now, you're still not going to use your shrine. Oh boy. And the thing is still behind him, so it's like he hasn't been able to like, even say like what this sacred treasure. Because when he says that, man, oh boy. And that thing flying, cut me up, cut me, slice me, and rip me to shreds. And he is not even giving her any attention, just looking straight at it. My love is buried within this flesh. Witness me. Oh my God. Oh God, here we go, it has to be, bro. I see the darkness is starting to come out. Yo, hold on, bro. Yorozu just hit the Mazuka, like, wait, hold on, chotomate. And I see a little light. Oh God. Look at that eyebrow. Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. It reminds me so much of freaking Asura, bro, from Soul Eater. If y'all know that one panel, those multiple double spreads in the last arc of Soul Eater, that eye, oh boy. Maybe getting respect right there to Okubo, and I don't even care, man. The volume's down. We already know what's gonna happen. Tranquil deer. Okay. And he still has the thing on, and he took off the cape, bro. Oh no, no. I mean, he took off the robe essentially, but still, like the same thing, man. And you just, bro. Nah, this stance is cold. I just like got rid of it. You see the deer from behind afterwards with the extra eyes in the center places. I've lost control of my liquid metal. And you just see it's like a little spear thing or something that's trying to of curse energy, maybe? I see that Shikigami's ability is healing via reverse curse technique. So Sukuna using the deer. Interesting. Okay. It must have neutralized and canceled out my curse energy in the liquid metal. So now my thing is though, because I have to remember this too, because it's been such a minute since I've seen Megumi utilize it before. But I'm pretty sure he has RCT himself, but I don't think we've ever seen it like this before from him. Like utilizing some kind of massive like deer thing to do that. Piercing bull. He summons another. Oh my god. Fry off the rip. Oh my god. That thing turned into Rhino from SmackDown, bro, back in like 2001, 2. Hit the gore immediately and just smashes right through Yorozu. And they go right, like, yeah, the other thing is still carrying afterwards. Now, this is literally the Chris Jericho spot where they go right through the Titantron right after. Sukuna had previously used 10 Shadows by purposefully keeping the form of the Shikigami partially unstable. This allowed a larger effective attack range while still keeping them from falling apart altogether. However, the Shikigami could no longer move independently, and their overall attack power was lowered considerably as a result. But taking into consideration Sukuna's immense curse energy reserve and output, these drawbacks were relatively inconsequential. Tranquil Deer and Piercing Bolt were summoned with the original 10 Shadows technique, and their form was fully stabilized. Now, this is even more interesting now that he's doing this, because we know Kenjaku has had interactions with the 6 Eyes and with the 10 Shadows. You cannot rule out that Sukuna had not met individuals of that time as well. Even though it said he was defeated, I think, twice by them, but in every other time Kenjaku took care of the other ones after. There is no way of debunking that Sukuna had met someone like that. So he may be using stuff that he has seen from previous encounters, which is very possible. Because it can be kind of random. It's like you knew about the stuff and you're just going to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure like in action from long ago, he has seen these things happen. Which, for me, makes more sense, because I've never seen Megumi utilize the bull and the deer like that before. Don't underestimate me. And she grabs the bull by the horns, literally. And it looks like she was able to sway. Or no, she ends up doing like this, like throwing it to the side. And you see the bull still holding on to its tracks right there, so it doesn't go too crazy. Oh, nah. Yo, she tried to punch that thing in its dome top. And if you know this, especially when it comes to cows, if you try to like shoot it to the top of the head, right, like with a bullet, it doesn't necessarily will kill it. There's a certain area you have to be able to kill these things to actually stop them. Just shooting in the head is not going to do anything. Those heads are supposed to be massively strong. And that's something I definitely know from watching bullfights and whatever from as a kid. The Shikigami. I thought it vanished for a moment. It did. It went like full speed, like whoosh, like right after, and you see parts of the You see parts of Yorozu's, like the armor thing coming off. It can only move in a straight line, but in exchange, its power increases dramatically the further it charges. Okay, yo, this is like rollout. It's a mill tank. We literally have the Shikigami mill tank of Jujutsu Kaisen. That is crazy, bro. The rollouts just keep getting stronger. Yo, this is why I always have beef with what's her name. Was it Wendy? Well, I'm trying to remember. Oh my god, I remember old girl, man. Listen, she gave me absolute the fits long ago and stuff, but we overcame as we always do. Yo, bro, chill. Not the rabbit escape. We see multiple rabbits, and I haven't seen an amount like this probably since like ReZero. When you remember the Great Rabbit, If you know, you know, man. Season 4. But multiple of them are coming around. Where are you? Why are you hiding? Are you feeling guilty? Oh, God. Oh, here we go. It has to be here. It has to be here, man. It has to be here. Now then. Tap, tap. I wonder if you can endure this. It's the elephant. Oh, it's Max Elephant. It's Max Elephant. It's Max Elephant. I see the freaking ears flapping. I don't have to even look at the figure, bro. I see that. The trunk. Bro, this man literally just threw a Yokozuna-sized elephant. I mean, granted, it is the Max Elephant that we've known for all time. But that thing is about to be thrown from the very top of the arena. And it's going to hit the meanest frog splash we've ever seen. Oh, no, wait a minute. Mirai Elephant. No, this is... Nah, this has to be... Yeah, no, this confirms it already. This has... The bull and the flipping... the deer had to confirm that he's seen this before in a previous encounter with the 10 Shadows. Has to be that, man. Mirai Elephant. You see that thing has no soul inside of the eyes. Even like more brisk tusks. Oh my god. I don't know. Well, hold on. There is one part there a little bit worrying because when you see the top part, like almost like its back, it may assume like it's almost like a camel, but it could also have been pierced right through, like right as soon as it drops. Maybe. No. Okay, so it looks like, so you see like the debris and stuff going, and it looks like it vanquished. As I thought, there was no need to use my shrine after all. Is that all your so-called love amounts to? And yeah, the armor is completely gone from that, man. Yo, no, man. Sukuna, bro, he's a sick individual, bro. Not even close. I'm only just getting started to teaching you about love. I understand more than anyone that loneliness that comes with peerless strength. I will be the one who will teach you love. Oh no. This man smickering and laughing about, bro. She's like, huh? No, it can't be. Does Sukuna already know about love? I tell you, it might be a splashback. It might be a splashback. He might be just messing around, but it might be a splashback. There's no way. That's not love. You're mistaken. I'll show you what real love looks like. I'll construct it and show you my heart. The manifestation of love. That's the end of the chapter. Oh boy. I mean, granted, whatever the love that Sukuna may be thinking about right now, it may be a very twisted idea of what exactly that thing could be. But it looks like we're going to get the climax next week. I just really have this feeling this fight's going to end possibly next week. The fact that she's about to go and utilize, like, I guess, like her ultimate technique now, right? I don't know if it's in the form of the main expansion. I don't know if it's going to be in the form of something internally. I don't know. But it does feel like we're going to hit the end soon of this fight. If not next chapter, at least the chapter after. Like, we'll have a chapter 2 remaining of this fight. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But, man, what a chapter, eh? Like, Sukuna doing all this stuff right here, though, with the different, like, forms of Shikigami and stuff that we've never seen before when it comes to Megami, does kind of tell me at the same time, and I'm now starting to firmly believe this, is that he's had to have had encounters with the previous 10 Shadows, the ones that Kenjaku didn't eliminate after, like, his previous defeats, which is very likely in those 1,000 years prior to the splittings and stuff and all that. Or maybe he learned things, like, in a book or something, but I think, definitely from personal encounters, it would make the most sense that Sukuna had something of those kind of, like, interactions and connections to learn and utilize those kind of things. Because I would have to actually go back and see for Megami, like, if he was able to learn RCT through the formats of the deer and stuff, which I don't think was the case. So, but it also could also say at the same time that now that we're going to see Megami, let's say if he does survive this encounter, somehow he's able to get Sukuna out of him, all these things that he's learning right now or things that are happening from Sukuna, he's going to be able to utilize for himself going forward. On the granting that he survives this whole thing, that's what it comes down to. But the stuff that with Yorozu, I mean, here's the thing though, right? We know that she took over the host and stuff when it comes to Sumiki, but when you look at the first page, and granted, like, I'm still mesmerized essentially by it. Design-wise, it's nothing that bears a similarity to an extent to what Sumiki has, but you can see like little traits here and there. But again, with the construction technique, I still need to know whether or not it's like inherited or innate. Because if it's an innate technique, like something you have, then it's like, okay, like you can't really spell a connection between the Zen and them. But then it would also, like, again, because it feels like everything kind of like feels like it's all connected in some capacity, right? And it's only fitting too because the fact that she talks about the insects and stuff, that like they would be connected in some form like that. But because if it's an inherited technique, man, then it's like really like the Zenin have some, like they've always had a connection to Sukuna in some way or form. And of course going back even more with Kenjaku. But yeah, this fight right here, I'll say right now, I've been liking what I've seen so far, but I do definitely think it needs like its anarchy moment, like a moment where when something wild truly happens. Like last chapter was more so like the comedic bits of like the relationship and everything, and kind of like trying to get like little parts here and there of like what exactly their connection is like. I do feel like it does require seeing deeper into the Heian era to know more of their relationship outside of what we're getting right now, because you only can do so much with what we have in the present, that a lot in the past can speak more on those things. But I do, it is interesting though too as well, the whole stuff regarding her combat style, right? In regards to like the Goku show, the 5 generals and everything, right? The fact that those guys could stand shoulder to shoulder, right? Like, because you have to remember, right? With the Toe is where Uro was coming from, and they were going against the Fujiwara clan. So this is someone that was in, basically were permitted, like, you know, connections with them. If somehow, some way Uro were to survive this whole arc a little bit longer, right? And let's say somehow, some way that Yorozu was able to survive, I wonder what kind of an interaction would that be like. I would like to see what that would be like if it were to happen. But again, a lot of this stuff is going to require the actual flashback happening, so we'll have to see from there. But anyways, the techniques itself that I saw from Sukuna looked really good. With deer, with the bull, with the Mirad elephants, even though they got like completely taken out afterwards, but it did the job what it needed to do by basically putting Yorozu in the situation that they were in at the end of the chapter. And then we're going to see afterwards what exactly Sukuna's love is. Like, what does love mean to him? But at the same time, what is the ultimate love we're going to see afterwards from Yorozu? So I would say this is a good chapter. Continues things off with the fight itself. You know, you learn a little bit more here and there from Yorozu. Maybe potentially learning a bit more when it comes to Sukuna. Not even just from a personal standpoint, but just what his connections may also be like to the 10 Shadow users, you know, in terms of previous meetings, to learn these kind of things here and there. But yeah, I'm curious to see how all that's going to continue on next chapter, because it does feel like we're going to enter a climax in the chapter 2. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below regarding this week's chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let me know how we're feeling about the fight so far, how we're feeling about things regarding Sukuna and Yorozu. If we're liking what we've seen so far from Yorozu, let me know how we're feeling about that first page. And the techniques and basically her connection with the Fujiwara clan, the Goku show, the stuff with the Toshi, opposite Tatsu, Uro squad and all that. And how do you see this fight actually ending between the two? Like, does Sukuna secure the W by eliminating Yorozu / Sumiki, and then that's the end for Megumi? Or do we see a situation somewhere in this fight where Megumi is able to turn the tides? Because I have seen people say that because he's literally deep within the shadows itself, and of course, someone who has the 10 shadows technique, that he may be able to utilize something to be able to not only retrain or regain his control of his body, but he's able to just oust Sukuna completely in some capacity. But that's going to require us maybe seeing what could happen there from Keika's perspective. But let me know again, thoughts on the comments, any, you know, clarifications, any inputs, anything you want to add about the chapter you felt was important that I didn't talk about here. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Jujutsu Kaisen week in, week out, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell, Shandora, so that everything goes on the channel. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next week. I don't know what kind of hell awaits us. We may end up prospering, we may end up suffering, we may end up doing whatever may be that Gege has away for us. But just, you know, I will be here in this chair no matter what, ready to experience heaven or hell, regardless of what it is. For 200 and potentially 19 chapters to come, we are going to feast. But for now, we wait and see whether or not that meal will be delicious or not. But most likely it will be good. And I'll be here no matter what. Commodore last signing off. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy. I'm with the team.